to meet the men from the ministry. We're about to take another ride on the Whitehall Boulevard with Norma, Ronald, Ronald Baddiley, John Graham, and the men from the ministry, Richard Murdoch and Deryck Guyler. Key men in the ministry set-up are the permanent under-secretaries. Sir Gregory Pitkin, for instance, not only shapes broad lines of policy, but also keeps a close eye on offices under his control. He visits them frequently to make sure everything's going smoothly.
Lamb, where's Lennox-Brown? Is he away today?
No, I think he'll be in as usual.
But it's gone 11 o'clock.
Perhaps his train took the wrong turning.
More likely a recurrence of his back trouble.
Oh, does Mr. Lennox-Brown have trouble with his back?
Yes, he can't get it off his bed in the morning. I gather he's always late.
Well, he's always late in the morning, but to make up for it, in the afternoon he goes early.
No wonder I don't see much work from this office.
It's not our fault, sir. Our secretary's off on leave, and you haven't supplied a replacement.
Well, I can't lay my hands on a girl just when I feel like it.
It's not what I heard, Sir Gregory. I mean, I heard you were very good at it. Finding girls who'll do anything. Finding willing women.
No. I've had enough of this dithering. Now, I'm here on behalf of the Civil Service Museum. They asked me to see you and Lennox-Brown.
The Civil Service Museum?
Don't panic. They don't want you as exhibits. Not till they open a chamber of horrors.
Very amusing, Mr. Gregory.
Then why aren't you laughing?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Don't bother. The point is, the General Assistance Department has been going for centuries, so there may be items of historical interest around.
When Mildred gets back, she can look in our drawers.
No, you and Lennox-Brown start sorting now. Sift all shelves and cupboards. Documents of interest go straight to the museum. Other old stuff you'll throw away.
But what about our work for the Ministry of Transport?
Well, get on with that as well. It should have been finished last week. And what are these golf clubs doing?
Morning, Joe. Thought I'd get in early today. I hear you know who's on the warpath.
Right, Sir Gregory.
Yes, that old goat.
Lennox-Brown.
Old stone-faced. Oh, Sir Gregory.
Yes, Lennox-Brown, Sir Gregory.
Sir Gregory.
Or old stone-face.
No.
As I'm known to people who'll shortly be leaving. Ignoring your rudeness and the fact that you're 2 hours late. Why are these golf clubs in your office?
Part of our work for the Ministry of Transport.
Yes.
What have golf clubs to do with the Ministry of Transport?
They're worried about wooden-headed drivers.
Lamb means, sir, that we are comparing golf techniques with motoring.
I can't waste any more time here. Those transport jobs should be over and done with. Now get on with that new job at once.
It's going to be one of those days, I can tell.
Sir Gregory won't bother us again till after lunch.
Yeah, so it's not only him, too. I had a letter on Friday from my sister in America.
In America?
My sister Jane went to America just after the war as a GI bride. Now, I haven't seen her since, but she sends me a photo of her family every year. Now, look, here's the latest one. Have a look at that.
Oh, yes, listen. Well, I say, 1, 2, 3, 12 children?
It's a very remote part of the States. There's not a lot to do.
I like that little one in front with the red hat. He takes after you.
2. That is their garden gnome. The trouble is they've sent one of the children to London on an educational trip. Little girl, Luella, arriving today, apparently.
Your niece is arriving today. How exciting. Which one of these is little Luella?
Well, according to the letter, Luella's the one on the end.
Oh, yes.
You see, there, that beastly-looking child with a lollipop.
Are you going to meet her at the airport?
Oh, no. My brother's doing that. She'll be staying with him, too, thank heavens. But he's tied up all afternoon, so he's going to dump her on me for 3 hours.
What fun. I love children, you know. I used to take my little nephew to the zoo, but then he had trouble with the keepers.
You mean they wanted to keep him?
Yeah. He used to feed buns to the elephants, only he could never tell which was the trunk and which was the tail, and it was rather embarrassing. He's a very precocious lad.
Is he?
Yes, he walked into an off-licence the other day and asked for cigarettes and beer.
Did he?
The girl said, "Do you want to get me into trouble?" And he said, "No, I just want cigarettes and beer."
That is very interesting, too. But my problem is, how do I cope with this child in the office?
We'll enjoy it, one. We can all play games. Let's go out and buy her some toys.
Oh, all right. I suppose it's better than working. Oh, two. Pull yourself together, will you? You've been cycling around the office on that tricycle for over 10 minutes.
Yes, but isn't it fun?
Yes, well, come off it at once. It's my turn.
Oh, all right. If I can borrow your gun.
Well, the target's pinned on the door. I scored 4 out of 6.
I can do better than that. Here we go. Ready, aim,
Now then, you two.
fire.
I want the word of...
Joe, look what you've done.
Where did my sucker stick go?
If you look closely, you can just see the tip protruding from Sir Gregory's mouth. Oh, Sir Gregory, sir. Are you all right, sir?
I'm terribly sorry, Sir Gregory, if I shot you in the mouth. I'm not used to such a big target. I just meant to shoot a little sucker. That's to say...
Be quiet. Lennox-Brown, what the devil is going on in here? Playpen in the middle of the office. Lamb running amok with a toy gun. Is he into his second childhood?
I'll put a stop to this childishness, sir. Just give me time to get off this tricycle.
Teddy bear on your desk. Am I going out of my mind? For pity's sake, Lennox-Brown, answer my question. What is going on here?
Well, you see, Sir Gregory, I'm expecting a child.
I am going out of my mind, yes. Well, I'll go and have a lie down, that's all right.
I think we've upset Sir Gregory, one.
Yes, well, there's no time to fret about that. Little Llewellyn will be here any minute. Now, let's put the tricycle in the map cupboard, and then we can surprise her with it.
Yes, all right.
See? Oh, dear. Hello, General Assistance Department.
Hall porter here. Some visitors for you. Blooming nuisance.
That will be my brother and my niece. Bring them up, would you?
Well, I couldn't do that. I'm just washing my socks. I always wash them first Friday in the month.
Matthews, leave your socks and bring my visitors up.
Well, I've sent them up on their own already.
Thank you, Matthews. No, the sooner Matthews is computerized, the better.
Llewellyn's here, is she? What fun.
Yes, they're already on their way up.
Yes. Well, we just have time to put on our funny hats. Children love that sort of thing.
Now,
Give me
hang on.
mine.
Yes. There's a false nose of mine. What are you doing there? I say, do you think that's going a bit too far?
No, it's a great improvement. I'll hide under my desk and do my animal impressions when she comes in.
Good idea. Oh, I say, that'll be little Llewellyn now, yes. Come in, my dear.
Pardon me, have I butted in on a happening? I was looking for Mr. Lennox-Brown.
Well, I am Lennox-Brown, madam.
You're Uncle Deryck? Well, why are you wearing that false nose and funny hat?
I'm a moo cow.
Hey, who is that under the desk? Is he for real?
Just a moment. Did you say Uncle Deryck? You mean you're Llewellyn?
Yeah, that's right.
Now I'm a pussycat.
Meow! Is that an old British custom?
Look, you can't be Llewellyn. I mean, you're...
I'm Clara, the friendly hen.
Oh, that'll do, too. You've just laid an egg. Come on out of there.
What's happening, man? Who's this young lady?
This is my niece, Llewellyn.
Oh, yes.
Llewellyn, this is Mr. Lamb. We thought you were a child. Well, I mean, the picture, you see. I mean, your mother said you were Here, look at that there, on the end. Do you see that?
Oh, no, that end's my kid sister. This is me of this end. Uncle George sends his regards. He saw me up to your office, and then he had to go for an appointment.
Oh, well, welcome to London, my dear.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, I've looked forward so much to seeing Britain. You know, Ma figures from your letters you're just about running this country, Uncle Deryck.
Oh, yes, well, you could say that, yes.
What exactly do you do here?
Here, yes. Well, now, you see, we are the General Assistance Department. Yes, we tell everyone else what to do. Oh, my word, yes. The Prime Minister, the Chancellor.
Sir Gregory Pitkin.
What? Where?
No. I mean, we tell him what to do.
Oh, yes, by Jove, yes. He's one of our juniors, Llewellyn.
What's his file on your desk?
That's from the Ministry of Transport. Yeah, we're sorting out some jobs that they couldn't manage, you see.
I have 4 degrees in technology. Perhaps I could help on these transport problems.
You could?
Still, you probably won't want little old me prying into this high-powered work of yours.
Oh, now, on the contrary, Llewellyn, I mean, we'd be delighted. We don't need help, of course. Oh, no. But, I mean, it might be useful experience for you. Study the file, my dear. Give Llewellyn a pencil and paper.
There. I think that's tied up everything.
And what are your answers? Just as a matter of interest, you know.
Well, one, your recommended route for the safe driving rally is, I'm afraid, unsound. London to Brighton and straight on. 2, on the data here, the New Surrey motorway will take 3 years, 4 months to complete.
Very good, Llewellyn. Yes, my own conclusions. Exactly. Here, there's just one other point on that motorway business, though. Now, as you see, we've ordered a footbridge at Mutton Hill, but local societies are protesting. They say it'll spoil the view.
Well, why cross overhead? Why not tunnel underneath?
Yes. Go underneath. Yes, I had that in mind all along. Of course. Let's build a tunnel instead.
But this pedestrian bridge design, we've paid a lot of money for it.
Well, just turn the plan upside down and say it's a pedestrian subway. Well, I'm glad you've had a chance to see how the ministry works. Dare say you've learned something?
Oh, I sure have.
Yes.
And now I must leave you, Uncle Deryck, and look round swinging London. What's on these days?
Well, my landlady, Mrs. Bradby, is holding a whist drive in her front room this evening. Would you like to come along? The only trouble is it goes on very late, possibly past 9 o'clock.
I was handed 2 tickets for a lecture on blushing. Would you be interested?
Thank you, Uncle Deryck. I never blush. Tonight I'm going to an all-night party in Chelsea. Then I'm flying to Paris for breakfast. But thanks for looking after me. Bye.
I didn't quite get her. Is she coming to the whist drive or not?
No.
I hope Sir Gregory is pleased with that transport work we did yesterday.
Well, he won't be satisfied, for we've sorted these papers as well. Now, have you found anything for the museum yet?
No, it's all a load of old rubbish.
What's that you've got at the moment, then? What's it?
General Assistance Department must have been helping the Admiralty.
Huh?
It's a letter from someone called Nelson notifying a change of address. Apparently he's moved in with a Lady Hamilton.
I don't know why they bother to keep these things. Throw it away.
Yes, there's just the old chest and the mat cupboard.
Ah, right. Well, let's do the chest first, shall we? By Jove, look at all these cobwebs. By George, this stuff must be very old.
I can't make this document out. It says, a lift of sundry supplies now on sale in the fops.
Let me see that. Wait a minute.
There you are.
Ah, yes. Well, in these old days, too, you see, they used to write S's like F's. See?
Yeah, that could have been very awkward.
Now, this is a list of newly imported goods the department had studied for tax purposes.
What sort of thing?
Well, wait a minute. What's it say here? Potatoes, extremely tough, it says. Fifth fruit will never replace the apple.
Well, the museum won't want that.
No,
It isn't even written properly.
Hi there, Uncle Deryck, Mr. Lamb.
Oh, Llewellyn, this is a pleasant surprise. We thought you were over in Paris.
Oh, no, only for breakfast. I flew back at 10 o'clock. And I felt I just had to have another look at this crazy ministry.
Oh.
I just fell in love with this place. It's so antique and moldy and decaying.
Thank you very much.
Mind you, there's one guy here who got fresh ideas. Coming up in the list, would you believe this guy pinched me?
Where?
Between the first and the second floors. Well, he won't do that again in a hurry. I slapped him so hard his ears lit up.
Serves him right, by Jove.
What in important and vital work are you on today?
We have to check through our cupboards and files for things of historic interest.
Hey, that's fascinating. Can I help like yesterday?
Oh, well, if it gives you pleasure, you don't mind if Luella helps again, do you, Tom?
Not at all.
No.
Perhaps she could sort through the map cupboard while we finish off the chest.
Yes, it's a good idea, that. It's over there, Luella, dear.
Oh,
you see,
gee,
huh?
thanks.
Yes.
Hey, there's a mountain of stuff in here.
Yeah, I hope we can find some suitable things. Sir Gregory seems very keen on this museum business.
Yes, well, keep looking, too. Keep looking.
Yes.
Hey, wait a minute. Didn't you say there was a message from Sir Gregory that he's coming in at 12?
Yeah, oh dear, that's now. And we've still got nothing to show him.
Yes, but not only that, but Luella's here.
Oh.
And you told her we run this department.
Well, you started that one.
Yes, but you brought up Sir Gregory. You told her he was our junior. And any moment now he'll be in here bullying us and ordering us about. You know what he is.
Yes. I read it on a wall in the washroom. How embarrassing. Lucky Luella's in the map cupboard. Perhaps they won't meet.
Yes, well, quick. Move their things out of sight, too.
Right.
Now then, you two.
Oh, too late.
I understand from the museum that they've not yet heard from you.
Well, now, we can explain that, Sir Gregory.
So can I, Lennox-Brown, so can I. It's partly because you're never here till 11. Partly because you run this office like a circus. And mainly because you're a pair of idle, incompetent layabouts.
But apart from that, Sir Gregory, you're quite pleased with us?
Be quiet, Lamb. What's that on your desk, Lennox-Brown? Looks like a woman's handbag.
Yes, but that is a woman's handbag, sir. Yes, I find it's much roomier than the briefcase. More room.
Good Lord, and there's a pink headscarf beside it.
Yes, well, now that's Mr. Lamb's to go with his pink head. It's his new image, you see.
And there's a smell of perfume in here.
That could be my aftershave, Sir Gregory.
Aftershave? It smells like a Turkish bordello.
I wouldn't know, sir. I've never eaten one.
And why are you standing with your back to the map cupboard door?
Oh, the catch isn't working, sir. Lamb has to stand there, you see.
Yes.
Or it swings open.
Oh, I see, Lamb. You've at last found the job to fit your intelligence. As a doorstop. Well, I think you're hiding something in there.
No,
Out of my way, Lamb.
No, Sir Gregory,
No. What's this? A woman in the cupboard. I might have known.
Hey, you're the randy bum who pinched me in the elevator.
Yeah. Well, look here, my dear young lady. There's no need to be offended. A slip of the hand, I assure you.
Well, here's another slip of the hand from me.
Oh!
You ought to be ashamed of yourself. A man of your age trying to molest young girls. Now get out of here.
Very well. Yeah, but it was only a bit of fun, you know. No.
Good Lord. That's Sir Gregory Pitkin, the permanent undersecretary.
Well, I do wish you'd keep your junior staff under better control.
Junior staff? What? Oh, yes, quite, yes. Yeah, well, I'll give Pitkin a good talking to later. Yes. Well, next week, you know. Maybe.
Thank you, Uncle Deryck. Now listen, I just found the most fantastic document in your cupboard.
Not Mr. Lamb's certificate for biggest marrowing show.
No, this is important. It's signed by your King George III. Look.
George? Oh, it's rather faint, my dear. Would you read it out to me?
By this document,
Yeah.
let it be known that His Royal Majesty has been graciously pleased to give to the settlers in the Americas and to their descendants all that piece and parcel of land known as Whitehall. Wishing them withal the best of British luck, signed this 4th day of May, 1790.
What's all that about?
Oh, don't you understand? It's an agreement signed by your King George III giving Whitehall to America.
Well, I mean, that's very amusing, but George III's dead now. Oh, throw it away, will you?
No, Uncle Deryck.
But he must be dead.
I mean, no, you can't throw it away.
What?
I must take this to the American Embassy right now.
The American Embassy? Why?
Because all this street belongs to us, to the United States. It says so right here.
Here is the news read by John Curl. Following confirmation of the report that Whitehall is officially American territory, the United States government has announced its plans for this famous London street. The buildings are to be leased to big American firms operating in Europe, among them the Texas Hamburger Corporation, Polar Oil, Dakota Paint, and the giant film company Milwaukee Talkies. A spokesman said the Dakota Paint Company would need several buildings, and several buildings needed Dakota Paint. British civil servants are already moving out of their traditional offices to continue their work in tents and marquees in St. James's Park. Displaced ministers are conducting their business in a large brick building in Hyde Park. One described it as a great convenience. The two British civil servants involved in the discovery of the George III document have been asked to stay on in their Whitehall office to assist the American arrivals.
How do you like the new setup, eh?
Rather exciting, isn't it? I had to get off my bike at the top of Whitehall for passport control and customs.
Well, these Americans really mean business, don't they?
They certainly do.
Yeah.
The customs man confiscated my sausage sandwiches. A hazard to health, he said.
Oh, well, never mind. We get a free lunch in the restaurant. Yes, these American firms really pamper their people, don't they? You've seen the iced water in the hall?
Yes, and life's so much easier with these Yankee chaps. They're all so gentle and courteous. Such a change from Sir Gregory Pitkin.
Good morning, gentlemen, good morning. What, not started work yet?
Oh, good morning.
Hi there.
I'm here to get things moving. Greg Slatkin's the name, Greg Slatkin III.
How do you do? I'm Richard Lamb, Jr., the first.
Lovely day for the time of the year.
Okay, cut the cackle. Now, I want some changes around here. You can take down that picture for a start.
But that's a photograph of our Prime Minister. Don't you recognize the dazzling smile?
Take it down and put up this picture instead.
Oh, the great American grizzly bear, unless I'm much mistaken.
You are. That's a photo of my wife. Mrs. Slatkin.
It's really rather charming, that.
Yeah, and another thing. Now you're working for an American company, you work American hours.
American hours?
Correct. From now on, you two will start work in this office at 7 o'clock.
7 o'clock, eh? That will be nice. We'll have the whole day free.
7 o'clock in the morning. You'll break for a working lunch from 1 till 5 after 1. And you may go home at 9 in the evening, unless I decide you'll work late. Get it?
Got it.
Good.
Oh, dear. Does that chap remind you of anyone? I can't take much more of this one.
Oh, no, me too. This past week's been the worst in my life.
We just don't seem to be able to please Mr. Slatkin. He told me yesterday to upgrade my throughput ratio and boost my collateral turnover.
What does that mean?
2 minutes less for lunch.
Yes, if only Luella hadn't found that document. Yeah, where is it, by the way? Where is it?
Mr. Slatkin brought it in yesterday. He told me to have it framed.
Pass it over, would you, too?
What for?
Well, I'd like to study it a little more closely. I have a very good legal brain. There may be some holes in it.
There you are.
Thank you.
I say, there's something written on the back.
By George, so there is. I haven't noticed that before.
What does it say?
Wait a minute. Now it says, P.S. His Majesty King George III wishes to make it clear that the Whitehall referred to in this document is the town of Whitehall, Alabama. Thank you.
Whitehall, Alabama? So he didn't give away our Whitehall after all?
No, you see what this means, too. Things can go back to normal. Come on, there's lots to be done. Come on.
Here is the news read by John Curl. Following the discovery by a vigilant ministry investigator that Whitehall, London is not United States territory after all, American firms are vacating their premises there. But it's understood that the Texas Hamburger Corporation, anxious to remain in the area, are negotiating a lease of Buckingham Palace. This will provide them with central offices and the royal family with additional income. British civil servants will be returning to their Whitehall offices as soon as the iced water dispensers have been replaced with hot tea machines.
Oh, it's lovely to be working for the dear old ministry again.
Oh, my word, it certainly is, too. Do you know, I'd even be pleased to see Sir Gregory pop in.
Oh, I want a word with you two.
Well, fairly pleased.
Morning, Sir Gregory.
I'm very puzzled about that clause you found on the back of the old agreement. I could have sworn there was nothing there when I examined it.
You're quite right, Sir Gregory. There wasn't a clause on the back when you first saw it.
What? Two, what are you talking about?
I better confess, I wrote it in the other day.
You forged that clause on the document?
It didn't really seem wrong. Everyone was having to work so hard. The Americans didn't really want to be here anyway, and I'm sorry, Sir Gregory.
Sorry. Well done, my boy.
What?
Two, you've never done anything so clever in your life. You've had a sudden rush of brains to the head.
Yes, you're quite right. The American government was finding the whole thing embarrassing. They're quite happy with the outcome.
Then you're not angry.
My boy, I never thought you had it in you. It seems I must eat my words. Take a week's leave. 3 days. And that Whitehall document, where is it now? We wouldn't want anyone examining it too closely, what?
Don't worry, Sir Gregory. They'd need an X-ray to do that.
An X-ray?
I thought I'd better eat my words, too.
You mean you ate the document?
Torn up with milk and sugar. Tasted like parchment cornflakes.
Muddling through as the men from the ministry were Richard Murdoch and Deryck Guyler. Also featured were Norma, Ronald Baddiley and John Graham. The programme was written by Edward Taylor and John Graham and produced by Edward Taylor. Time to meet the men from the ministry. Yes, it's all aboard the ship of state for another trip through troubled waters with Norma, Ronald Baddiley, John Graham, and the men from the ministry, Richard Murdoch and Deryck Guyler. Government staff are dedicated folk, always on the go. They go to the washroom, the canteen, the restroom, and whenever they can, they go on leave. Secretary Mildred Murfin is just back from a snatched month in Cornwall with her boyfriend, Bernard.
Sorry to be back, or are you glad to be working again?
Well, yes and no.
Oh, what does that mean?
Yes, I'm sorry to be back, and no, I'm not glad of the work. You can bet my bosses have let it all pile up. That's why I get in early first day back.
And they'll be there to explain things.
Mr. Lamb and Mr. L.B., they won't be in for hours. I'll see you at lunch, Bernard.
Righto, love. I'll save you a place.
No, I'm off fish. I'll just have me slimming biscuits and a couple of bars of chocolate. Ta-ra.
Don't work too hard.
Oh, that'll be the day. Mr. Lamb, you're in.
Oh, am I? Yes, I suppose I am.
But it's only 10:30.
Good heavens, is it as early as that? I didn't know.
Hope you don't mind my mentioning it, Mr. Lamb, but there's lather all over your face.
Lather? Surely not. It can't be.
You've been shaving. Yeah, you've still got your razor in your hand.
Oh. How very odd. Well, yes, I have been shaving, actually.
That's a relief. First, I thought you were frothing at the mouth. Like that day you caught your thumb in the pencil sharpener.
Well, there's lots of work in the other office, Mildred.
Yeah, you trying to get rid of me, Mr. Lamb?
Yes. No. Why don't you slip off home and get an early start to your leave?
Mr. Lamb, I've had my leave.
Oh, so you have.
What's going on? There's a big bowl of cornflakes in your in tray. And there's marmalade in your inkwell.
Oh, no, that's not marmalade.
Well, what is it then?
If you must know, it's plum and apple jam.
Mr. Mr. Lamb, what's happening? I know. You spent the night in the office.
Oh, dear, I knew I'd be found out. Please don't tell anyone.
Oh, as if I would. Has she gone?
Who?
The young lady.
What?
I read Peyton's Lace, you know. I know what you men about town get up to.
But I don't, Mildred. I haven't. I didn't.
Well, there's nothing to be ashamed of. You can't help your animal instincts getting the better of you.
But there isn't any young lady. Mrs. Bratby threw me out of my digs a week ago. I've had to sleep in the office ever since.
Oh, why did she turn you out?
I got home late. 15 minutes after she locks up for the night.
Well, what time was that?
9:15. I suppose it's reasonable she puts out the lights at past.
And you slept in the office ever since?
Well, I've tried to. It isn't easy sleeping on that desk. It's too short, you see.
Yeah, it would be.
The first few nights I lay with my feet on the phone and my head in the out tray.
Did that work?
Well, it would have done, but I kept getting paper clips up my nose. So I tried it on my stomach with my neck hanging over the edge.
Was that any better?
No, I kept waking up with my head in the wastepaper basket.
Oh, you can't go on like this, Mr. Lamb. You'll have to find new digs.
But it's such an awful effort. I keep hoping Mrs. Bratby will take me back.
Does Mr. Lennox-Brown know about this?
No, and he mustn't. You know how strict he is on office regulations. Promise you won't say a word.
Cross my heart, and I'll give you a hand tidying up. He'll be here in a minute.
Oh, thanks, Mildred. Put my slippers in the confidential file. And the boiled egg in that one marked legally binding.
Morning to all. Morning, Mildred.
Morning, Mum.
It's very stuffy in here. Open the windows, Mildred, will you? Regulations say all windows must be open 1 inch between 0930 and 1800 hours. And I noticed just now there's a crack in the window of the typist's changing room.
I'll look into it.
And, too, you seem to have shaved only one side of your face.
Oh, really?
Well, he had to get in early today. Isn't that right, Mr. Lamb? You were in a rush.
Was I? Oh, yes, I was.
This is the day for your Ministry of Works job, is it?
No, that's tomorrow.
What Ministry of Works job is that, Mr. Lamb?
Oh, it's very important, Mildred. They wanted a top executive to handle their finances.
Oh, what do you have to do?
Yeah, I'll tell you, Mildred. Mr. Lamb has to go round all the London boroughs collecting the takings from Ministry of Works conveniences.
Blimey.
Don't scoff, Mildred. It takes a lot of skill.
Skill?
You try cycling with 20 bags of coppers on your crossbar.
Well, I can't stand here chatting. I've been asked to see the permanent undersecretary, and I shall go from Sir Gregory's to my club. I'll see you this afternoon.
Righty-o, sir. Well, you got away with it, Mr. Lamb. Still, you better move that tea cake from the pending tray in case he comes back.
Good idea. I'll put it in the out tray. You're right. I'll have to find some new digs. I wish you'd help me.
Help you?
Yes, I'm rather shy about going round knocking on doors.
All right. I'll help you find somewhere.
Thanks awfully, Mildred. And in return, I'll take you out to lunch.
Can you afford it?
Yes, that's one advantage of having no digs. No rent to pay.
Yeah. I wonder why Sir Gregory wants to see Mr. Lennox-Brown.
You wanted to see me, Sir Gregory?
Now, this is the financial advisor to the Ministry of Works, Sir Calvin MacFrugal.
How do you do, sir?
I fear the Lord and smite the evildoer.
Yes, well, it's a very sound scheme, Sir Calvin.
Now, Sir Calvin tells me, Lennox-Brown, that there's a discrepancy in Ministry of Works funds.
Dear me.
The cash is missing from the public convenience takings.
Aye, when I examined the books, I had chits for £500 each week, but only about £200 in cash.
Good gracious. Someone is pocketing £300 a week?
The culprit won't get away with it. We realize, of course, it's not you, Lennox-Brown.
Oh, thank you, sir. Yes, I think my reputation places me above suspicion.
We realize it isn't you because you've not had the opportunity. We checked.
But, nevertheless, we suspect the villain is in your department.
You mean Lamb? Surely not.
He does have the opportunity, and I'm told he seems excited when he collects the takings from the conveniences.
Well, he does come back looking flushed, yes.
Lennox-Brown, has there been anything odd about Lamb's behaviour recently? Odder than usual, I mean.
Well, now you mention it, sir, he seems to get in very early and stay quite late in the evenings.
Well, that's more than odd. It's incredible. Has Lamb shown any signs of affluence lately?
Well, yes, he has, yes. I couldn't help noticing he's been having 2 biscuits with his 11s. Sometimes. Chocolate ones.
Oh, he must have stolen that cash. Oh, Jan's just insane extravagance.
But it's still not enough to nail him. We'll need proof. Lennox-Brown, you must watch Lamb like a hawk.
Oh.
But don't let him know we're onto him.
No, he must know that we know, and you know that we know. No.
No. I don't like spying on a colleague, sir.
That's an order, Lennox-Brown.
Oh.
And here's something else you won't like. You will take over the cash collection from Lamb starting tomorrow. Find some pretext that won't alert him.
Morning, Joel. Morning, Mildred.
Morning, man. I'm just off to collect the toilet taking.
No, not today, too. No. I've been asked to take that over.
You run? But why?
They've had second thoughts. They now feel it's a job for the senior man.
Well, shoots me. I've plenty to do here. I haven't finished yesterday's crossword.
Before I go, I'd like a confidential word with Mr. Lamb.
You carry on, sir. I'll try not to listen.
Mildred, just go and make yourself useful, will you? With sugar and not too strong. Oh, and I'll have a donut from the canteen.
Righty-ho, sir.
Well, now sit down, too. Make yourself comfortable. Yes. You and I have had a close and friendly relationship in our work, haven't we?
Have we? Yeah, well, yes, if you say so.
Sometimes, you know, too, I feel more like a father towards you.
Do you, Dad? I'm sorry.
Too, let me give you some advice.
Yes.
If you've taken, if one had taken anything, it isn't too late to put it, well, that's to say, I mean, it wouldn't be too late for one to put it back, if one had, so to speak.
I don't quite follow you, one.
No. I mean, we're all tempted now and then, aren't we?
Are we? Well, yes, I must admit...
Yes, too? Yes, you can tell me, old fellow. Yeah.
I was almost tempted last Christmas to kiss Miss Lusty of pensions under the mistletoe.
That wasn't temptation, that was sheer folly. No, too, I meant tempted by money. Handling a lot of cash, the temptation is always there, isn't it? I mean, especially if one is short oneself. If you get my meaning.
Oh, I see. You're asking me for a loan. That's no problem. I've plenty of cash at the moment.
Oh, glory.
Nearly £1.
I'm getting nowhere here. Right, look, forget it, too. I need a little time to think about this. Look, pop down to the stationery store and fetch us some more red tape, will you?
All right, one. Shan't be long.
No. He must have been taking that cash. Now, why is the lad suddenly gone bent? General Assistance Department, Lennox-Brown sleuthing, speaking.
Oh, sorry to trouble you, sir. Bernard Figg here.
Oh, Mildred's young man. Yes, well, she's not in at the moment. Well, she's in, but she's out. She's gone down to the canteen to fetch my donut.
Oh, I'm glad to hear that.
Thank you. Yes, I get a little peckish at this time of the day.
I mean, I'm glad to hear she's around. I couldn't get hold of her last night. I rang her home, but her mum said she was out with Mr. Lamb.
Really? Out with Mr. Lamb?
Yeah. Well, I'll ring her later. Sorry to bother you. Ta-ra.
Good grief. Lamb out with Mildred? Things are looking ugly.
Lennox-Brown.
And getting uglier. Good morning, Sir Gregory.
You've got Lamb out of the office?
Yes, he'll be gone for half an hour.
Good. Now, any further evidence, any idea why Lamb's taking this money?
Well, yes, sir. I have no reason to believe that he needs cash to further his liaison with a female.
Good Lord. Some brazen hussy flaunting herself in hot pants. I might have known there was a woman involved.
Well, not exactly a woman.
What do you mean, Lennox-Brown? Not exactly a woman. Is there a woman or is there not?
More of a girl, Sir Gregory. I think he's involved with our secretary, Mildred Murfin.
So that's it. A bit of overtime in the office.
Well, it's a well-known criminal syndrome, stealing to impress someone of the opposite... How shall I phrase this? Sex? Yes, I've read about it.
In some lurid paperback, no doubt. I'd better borrow it.
No, sir. No, in this library book here. Look, see, Modern Crime, The Criminal at Work.
Well, if you're sure Lamb's out of the way, we can search his desk as planned.
Oh, I hate to do this, Sir Gregory.
Oh, so do I. We'll just have to force ourselves. Now this looks like his diary.
Are we really to pry in there, sir?
Well, I wouldn't like to feel that I'd read it.
Quite, yes.
So you'll have to read it out to me. Now, come along, man. What's it say?
Oh, well, it says, Monday, brown loaf, fish fingers. It's his shopping list, that's all.
Go on. It may give us the proof we need.
Oh, yeah. Tuesday, can't sleep at all, not even at night.
Can't sleep. The sure sign of a guilty conscience.
Monday the 8th, I can't go on like this, must find a bed with Mildred.
Good. Phillips. I'll take that diary after all and read it with pleasure. At leisure. Yes, the net is closing on Lamb, Lennox-Brown.
Oh, I wish I'd checked him sooner. I should have seen he was on the path to degradation that day we played snap and he tried to peep at my cards.
It wouldn't have helped. If the evil's there, it's bound to come out.
I can't accept that, Sir Gregory. No, I'm going to make one last effort to turn him away from his folly and vice. It may not be too late. Is it a funny age?
Morning, Mr. Lamb. Any comfier last night?
Not really, Mildred. I tried to sleep in Mr. Lennox-Brown's swivel chair, but every time I nodded off, the chair swung round and my feet shot out of the window. And there's something strange going on.
What, you mean something else?
When I opened my bottom drawer, there was this note in block capitals. Be sure your sins will find you out.
Here. And there's some writing on my brand new blotter.
Is there?
Repent, for judgment is at hand.
And there was another note stuck to the door of the safe. Trespassers will be prosecuted.
Ooh, it's creepy, isn't it?
Morning, too. Mildred.
Morning, sir.
Both together, I see. Not carrying on?
Oh, yes. Mildred and I have been at it for ages.
I see. Excuse me, too. I just want to hang this on the wall.
What is it, one of your paintings by numbers?
No, too. It isn't a painting.
Here, it's one of those illuminating texts.
So it is.
The wages of sin is death. I want you both to think about that.
Righty-ho, sir. Here, talking about wages, is there any news on our pay rise?
Oh, Mildred.
Sir?
Is that all you think about? Money? It isn't that important. If we haven't enough, we must learn to economize.
It's all very well for you, and you get a lot more than we do.
But I have heavier costs. My wife and I have been feeling the pinch, I can tell you, now that the rates have gone up. But we don't cast envious eyes on other people's money. We intend to economize, as I said.
In what way, sir?
We shall take a lodger, a paying guest. And we've decided to eat meat only twice a day. I'll leave you to think about this. Money is the root of all evil.
Well, I wish we had a root in our garden. What's he on about, Mr. Lang?
I don't know. He was like this yesterday afternoon. Never stopped talking about crime and sin and money.
Yeah, it reminds me of that film on the telly where this mad sheriff goes round accusing everyone of crimes he's done himself.
Yes, I saw that. But L.B. couldn't have committed a crime, could he?
Oh, you never know. I mean, look at this book on his desk. Modern Crime, The Criminal at Work.
My, but what could he have done?
Well, my boyfriend's picked up a rumour there's some cash missing from the Ministry of Works. And LB's collecting their money now.
And he's in financial trouble, taking in paying guests. We must keep an eye on him, Mildred. He's at a funny age.
Another crumpet, Mr. Lamb?
Yes, please, Mildred. Lunch always tastes better in the park.
I've marked some ads in the midday paper. What do you think of this one?
Let's see. Kingston upon Thames. Furnished bed-sitter with cupboard for single businessman.
Or there's this one in Epping. Pleasant room vacant. Single bed suitable for bachelor with interior springs.
I fancy the Kingston one best.
Right, we'll have to move fast. I'll go and phone from that box.
All right, thank you, Mildred. I'll stay here and keep the suspense for us. Hey, what's happened to that other crumpet? Oh, she's gone. Oh, dear. Perhaps I dropped it in the grass.
Hello, Lamb. Don't often find you in the park.
Oh, I didn't see you, Sir Gregory. I was looking for more crumpets.
You can't get enough, can you?
Well, I only recently discovered how nice it is. I'm making up for lost time.
So I hear, Lamb, so I hear. Well, heaven knows, I like a bit myself. We're all human, aren't we?
Most of us, Sir Gregory.
You mustn't let it lead you off the rails. Look, Lamb, it may not be too late. Tell me all about it, and perhaps I can help you.
Well, it's round, full of holes, and I covered it with plum and apple jam, and I think it got lost in the grass.
Oh, Miss Murfin, what are you doing here?
Oh, hello, Sir Gregory. I've been doing Mr. Lamb a favour.
Not in the park, sure. Oh, I don't know. The country's going to the dogs.
He's gone funny and all. What's up with everyone?
I can't understand it, Mildred. He seemed to be after my crumpets. How did you get on with the digs?
Well, the Kingston woman can see us tomorrow morning. And just in case, we could go to Epping after lunch. We'll have to take the day off, of course.
That's all right. I've plenty of leave to come. We'll make it an outing. Perhaps take a boat out on the Thames.
Oh, smashing. Here, if you take the place, you'll have to put down a deposit.
I'll go to the post office now and draw out some money. Then I'll apply for a day's leave. I'll let you know when it's all okay.
Well, I'm over at admin this afternoon, but I'll pop in the office at 5.
Ah, that's when I go to accounts. I'll have to leave you a note. Roll on tomorrow, eh?
It's very suspicious, Sir Gregory. Lamb and Miss Murfin have both taken the day off. Most unusual for Lamb. Never has anywhere to go. Can't think what they're up to.
Can't you, Lennox-Brown? I can. The question is where?
Lamb wrote a note to Mildred yesterday afternoon.
Did he? Then find it. Quick, man.
Oh. Here it is. Still on her desk.
What does it say?
Dear Mildred, we're off to Kingston as planned. I'll collect you at 9. We'll be taking a boat out, so early start essential. I've got the money.
Good grief, they're off to Kingston, Jamaica. Fleeing the country by boat with all that money.
Oh, I can hardly believe it.
Don't dither, man. We must tell the police at once. Search every ship that's sailing to Jamaica.
Very good, sir, yes.
He may have disguised the girl, like Crippen did. But we'll get him. By George, we'll get him. Oh, I can picture the two of them now, lolling in the sunshine, enjoying their ill-gotten wealth on some opulent luxury liner.
Give me the oars and I'll row for a bit.
Better not, Mr. Lamb. Remember last time you tried on the Serpentine? You jammed your stern in the mud.
Well, carry on if you like, Mildred. I'll lie back and trail my hand in the water.
Oh, not while you're holding my radio.
Oh,
honestly.
Sorry, I'm not myself at the moment. It looks like I'll never get digs.
Now. Don't give up just because this room had gone.
Oh.
I saw another place advertised in the staff magazine. I'll chase that up for you.
Thanks, Mildred. I hope I haven't hurt your radio. I'd better just check if it works.
Interrupting accent on melody, here's a news flash. Scotland Yard are mounting a massive search for a senior British civil servant wanted in connection with money missing from Ministry of Works conveniences. A government spokesman said, "We thought at first that new pence were being lost in the toilets, but it's proved to be more than a flash in the pan." The chain of evidence points to this ministry official. The man from the General Assistance Department is thought to have fled to Jamaica. And now, back to Sam Costa.
Here, did you hear that?
The General Assistant? It must be Mr. Lennox-Brown.
We were right. He has been fiddling, and now he's done a boat.
Oh, it's tragic, Mildred. He must be out of his mind. If only I could help in some way. Let's get back to the office at once.
Well, how will that help? He's gone now, hasn't he?
Yes, and they'll be looking for someone to take over his job. Come on, Mildred, let's go.
Any news from Scotland Yard, Lennox-Brown?
Still no trace of Lamb, sir. They've alerted Interpol.
It's all right, everyone. I'll take over.
Oh, be quiet, Lamb. This is Lamb!
Well done, Sir Gregory. You've caught Lennox-Brown.
What? So you've come back, Lamb?
Yes, I wanted to help, if it's not too late.
Oh, it is too late. There's no mercy for civil servants who betray their trust.
Oh, please, Sir Gregory, don't be too hard on Mr. Lennox-Brown. He's just an old fool who lost his way.
Why, you're blundering.
Between ourselves, Sir Gregory, I think his mind has gone. He's at a funny age, you see.
You've come back to bluff your way on, have you? Now you've heard the police of 5 continents are after you. You've been dipping your fingers into the Ministry of Work's till, grabbing £300 a week for yourself.
Me, Sir Gregory? I'd never be clever enough.
Well, where have you been today?
Mildred took me to Kingston.
Jamaica?
No, it was her idea.
Oh, glory. He's right, Sir Gregory. He is too stupid to have taken that money.
Then who in heaven's name has taken it? Why is the Ministry of Works £300 short each week?
Gentlemen, I'm here to set your minds at rest.
Well, they need a rest, Sir Calvin. Mine's at breaking point.
Do you recall yon wee fuss about the missing £300?
Recall it. We thought of nothing else.
Have you found out who's been taking it, sir?
Well, the fact is, no one's been taking it.
So you had the right cash all the time. You bumbling old idiot. You should be...
Pitkin, you'll recall I'm on the promotions board.
You should be getting an apology from Lamb. It's obviously all his fault.
My fault, Sir Gregory?
Oh, too late to apologize. Just do better next time. Pitkin, I'll take you and Lennox-Brown to my club.
Oh, thank you, Sir Calvin.
Not at all. You can buy me a drink.
No one ever asked me anywhere.
Oh, poor Mr. Lamb, I heard all that. Well, never mind. I'll fix you up with some nice new digs. I rang that advert in the staff magazine.
Oh, thank you, Mildred. What's the people's name?
Well, the lady didn't say, but she gave me the address. You'll sleep in a proper bed tonight.
Oh, it's good to be home, Mary. What a day it's been.
Oh, poor dear. Was there a lot of work?
Oh, it's not work. I can always avoid that. It's a terrible colleague of mine. Everything he does goes haywire. I tell you, I can't take much more of him.
Well, never mind, dear. I'll rub your feet with cod liver oil. That always soothes you.
Yes. Trouble is, those cats keep following me to the station.
Oh, by the way, I've had an answer to your advert for a lodger. A nice young man moved in earlier this evening.
Oh, splendid. Well, perhaps we should ask him down for some cocoa. Yeah?
Oh, come in. Oh, I was just telling my husband about you.
Excuse me, anyone seen my hot water bottle? It's shaped like Mickey Mouse.
Get out of my house at once, do you hear?
Come out! That I paid a month's rent in advance.
Get out, do you hear? Get out. There you go.
Under suspicion as the men from the ministry were Richard Murdoch and Deryck Guyler. Also featured were Norma, Ronald Baddiley and John Graham. The programme was written by Edward Taylor and John Graham and produced by Edward Taylor.